Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the final presentations of our community blockchain hackathon, the first of its kind in Serbia, as far as we know. Okay, I'm going to try to be short so that we can focus our attention on the teams which deserve it most. First off, thank you to all the people who have made this possible. And mostly among those are the partners of Startit Centar, which actually make it possible for us to run both this center and all the others around Serbia. So thank you guys for making all of this possible. Following that, thank you to all the sponsors of the catering. So Game Credits, the center, Brasidas, the center, and the ECD. Thank you guys for the snacks, for the drinks, and for the food, which was actually quite a bit healthy. Not only hamburgers. That was honestly pretty nice. And thank you to all the mentors. Please excuse me for not putting you up on all these slides, but you know who you are. And thank you. I'm sure that the lives of the teams would have been much harder had they had not had your support. I would just like to switch back for a second at the genesis of the idea for this hackathon. Something like a month ago, I was sitting together with my partner on Startup Academy. I was sitting in Igor's office and we were chatting about how to make the next Startup Academy the best ever. And I said that I'm becoming obsolete because I don't understand Snapchat and I don't understand blockchain. And Igor told me correctly that it's okay if I don't understand Snapchat, but it would be very bad for me if I don't get blockchain. So I thought to Ivan, I said, let's make a blockchain hackathon. And he said, let's do it. So we just kind of did it. And the goals of this hackathon are actually mostly to evangelize to make our community aware of blockchain, because it's by all measures it seems to be really the next big thing in technology. I mean, I cringe a little inside whenever I hear the next big thing in technology, because everything is the next big thing in technology. But this actually seems to be real. It's almost scary how real it seems, and we might be overhyping it, but perhaps in this case it's better that we overhype and to be aware of it than miss it. Okay, so having that in mind, these positions of this hackathon, this is what we have told the teams how we will measure their success, and what we've told the judges what they should take into account when determining who will be the victors of this hackathon. Actually, all are going to be victors. That's also interesting. The team will get a prize based on their place. So, while I was talking, there are 4 to impress judges. By the way, thank you, all of your immense help in organizing the Start Blockchain conference. Thank you so much, honestly. And thank you, Alex and Stefan, for your valuable time to explain which teams have done the best at this hackathon. Especially Igor, because I know how much you hate hackathons. They are useful pieces of shite. But thank you for taking one for the team. Oh, okay. Just be positive, man, always. So, now also thank you to the sponsors. In the naive hippie world I live in, we do everything for the fun and for the lulz and for fame. However, in the reality that I also have to inhabit, we also do it for profit. And in this case, quite a profit, I think. I think this is, I know that this is by far the biggest hackathon in Serbia in terms of the funds. But hopefully the biggest benefit that we all will come away from today is the knowledge that we've tried something new and that we've created some new both connections and products and blah, blah, blah. But back to the money. So in the order of appearance, first we got 10 Ethereums from this center. Andre, would you like to say a few words about why and what do you want?
What do I want? Hi guys. I just want to talk shortly about the smart contract that's behind this. And I want to say thank you to everyone who agreed to do it. We actually did this whole hackathon in a quite unique way, and I think this is the first time that anyone has done it. Basically, in the spirit of the blockchain hackathon, we did all the logistics of the hackathon on the blockchain, which means that all the prize sponsorships, voting, and prize payouts out are done through smart contracts, which means it's like decentralized code that no one can control. So yeah, it's been very, well, we are honored that you guys trusted us enough to do this and to code the smart contract that's going to handle this huge amount of money. So yeah, that's...
Why did you give the money? What do you want?
Well, basically, one of our main goals is, as you said, actually, to raise awareness of the blockchain. We actually like the technology very much. I mean, all the profit and hyper side, we actually believe in this, and we think that it can change the world. And yeah, that's why we actually founded the company. Yeah, I mean, you're aiming at me for me to say that we are looking for people to join us. So if you truly believe, as we do in this, then you can come and talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually had a whole slide for the smart contract, but you know, Andre, thank you for taking the responsibility to write the smart contract, because if anybody hacks it, you will pay out 15,000 euros. Yeah. Good, bravo. I wouldn't have risked that. Okay, do we have anyone from Societe? There was supposed to be one of our friends from Societe. Hey! Okay, why did you do this?
Well, why did we do it? Because Societe Generale believes in supporting such initiatives through, let's say, different ideas in startups and hackathons. And as you know, Societe Generale is recognized today as one of the banks which is fronting the, let's say, the IT community and ideas in order to boost our innovative culture in the bank, and also to maybe change our mindset. As you know, bankers are not really innovative. We are quite boring. So we want to get some good ideas from you guys and to, in this way, show that we truly support such initiatives.
Okay. So you're here to steal ideas. That's fair enough. Okay, so now we have the biggest contributor to the award fund, Game Credits. So Alex, would you care to tell us how come are you so rich, and what what do you hope to get?
That's a secret, man. Anyway, yeah, basically we're here just to also emphasize blockchain, and in general, the community that is, you know, doing things by itself. That's what blockchain is in general, and that's why we like hackathons, conferences, events around the community, because, you know, community decides. Unfortunately, here is the responsibilities on four of us, but in general, yeah, guys, you are the ones doing the great things. We are just here to support you in any manner we can.
Okay, thanks so much. Einsteinium Foundation gave out 20,000 of their coin called EMC squared. Milos, are you anywhere to be found? Yeah. So what is Einsteinium, and why did you give money?
The purpose of Einsteinium Foundation is actually to support people who are willing to build technology on blockchain, and to help innovative teams and scientific projects to get funded. So we are quite new, and basically the foundation is actually, we will support more these hackathons based on blockchain. So this is the purpose of the whole thing, and also to give grants to some projects that have some potential.
Okay, thank you so much, Milos. And last but by no means least, Mango Coins. Philip, are you here? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's so many people.
Hi guys, it's great to be here, and I mean, I think this is the biggest hackathon I've ever seen. I mean, when we first heard about it, Startit was organizing a blockchain-themed hackathon. We actually thought that, I mean, nobody's gonna come to that. I mean, nobody knows anything about blockchain. But now that we see it, it's amazing. Basically, what we want out of all of this is to see what you guys have, what you guys are doing. And in our opinion, blockchain is the new way of doing startups. And there are a dozen ways you can make money on blockchain, in cryptocurrency, and it's what we've been doing for the past 3 years. And we want to see if anybody here has a good idea, has a good team, and we want to help you do what we do. So, if you're interested, talk to me after the competition.
Did you have to say anything about China?
Well, I mean, that's a trade secret. We have a big presence in China. We have ICO platforms, exchanges, huge communities, community managers, sales teams over there, and if we talk about it, maybe we can do something together. You never know.
Okay, so thank you guys all so much. For those of you who don't calculate cryptocurrencies in your head, this is something north of 15,000 euros. And I want to especially thank the guys from ECD for converting all of these cryptocurrencies into Ether. So thank you guys for giving up your 5% fee. So thank you. And I just want to mention one shout out to Vojvođanska banka, who gave out the biggest package of presents, including fidget spinners. That's not very banky, but okay. Okay. So moving on. By the way, yeah. So the first time in the world that a hackathon is being completely run by a smart contract. I mean, the first time that we know of. So it's really, really exciting that we've gone all the way when it comes to aligning both the logistics of hackathon and the technology that we're doing. Also, we are currently streaming this in a 360 video on Facebook. So if there is anyone that you know who would like to see this and who couldn't make it today, you can feel free to send them a link. Okay, I think that's it. Yes. The first presentation is, I think, RMRF. So before, are you guys, okay, come on up here, feel free to set up. So just a quick piece of information for everyone. The presentations by the teams will be limited to maximum 5 minutes, while the questions of the jury will be limited to maximum of 3 minutes, which is necessary for all of us to be able to have some time left for us this evening. We are encouraging all of you to join us for the networking and drinks after the official part of the program. By the way, for all the people who are standing there are 4 places in the first row. We don't bite, so there you go. So guys, apologies, we're having some technical issues. So we're gonna start with another team, and the team is called Veliki Sir. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Woo!
Welcome everyone to the first ever blockchain hackathon. Is it working? You have to move it.
Oh, the second screen, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Okay, so we're called Veliki Sir, which is a literal translation of big cheese. It was a funny team name we came up in like 3 seconds. My name is Marko Paroshki, and I'm a full stack engineer, and I've been working in web development for about 5 years now. Mostly doing architecture, and this is my driver, Dimitri. I want to come to this hackathon as a single programmer because it's such a fringe thing to do. So let's get on with the show. Next slide. So introduction, how did we end up here? We found out about Bitcoin about, let's say, 2010 or 11. And in 2013, we kind of took it seriously because the price jumped and everyone got the hype. So we kind of wrote, we read the white paper and everything that surrounds the crypto sphere. And we figured out that this is something that's going to be quite big. So we probably need to get our hands dirty. So what are blockchains? Blockchains are basically distributed databases which guarantee the integrity of your data through a network consensus, I guess. So fast forward for today. Today we have thousands of cryptocurrencies and thousands of projects and communities that work together on a brighter future for not only IT, but the entire world, right? So we're gonna, one thing I really dislike today is the moving towards private chains, which is something contrary to blockchains, which are public good. So we're gonna try and, sorry, this is my first ever public speaking, so. Okay, so we got this idea that everyone's doing the kind of economy, fintech things and marketing and stuff like that, but we kind of wanted to go back to the original idea of Bitcoins, which was transparency, integrity of data, integrity of ownership, and stuff like that, which is kind of the tools for a free and open society. And that's the way I took it, at least. So, next slide. So we came up with this idea on how to do GovTech. In GovTech, through smart contracts, we decided that we're not going to go for a fully decentralized model. In this case, we have a very small part of a giant ecosystem that could be. So the big picture of the blockchain technology is not really the little things that little companies do, but it's the entire infrastructure of the world. We're talking ID cards on as a decentralized application. And this is our architecture. So we came up with a government contract, which is the highest contract of all, and we came up with the institution, which is the police, and we have citizens, and we have cases which can be brought against citizens. And we have instances throughout the blockchain. Each citizen, his contract is owned by the government, but his personal data belongs to him. Very, very important. This is the problem I'm trying to solve today. So basically, I'm very worried about companies selling our information without our knowledge, and I think private information should stay private. And we came up with this idea on how we can regulate legal relations between peoples. So the goals are to have a better model between people interacting together in a legal environment. So basically, we came up with the idea to make the laws, like WikiLeaks does it, pre-commit hash. Like you take the entire law and commit it into a hash so you can save it. And you can then say something like, we're going to accuse someone through this law. And that law may be kept on another decentralized network, unchanged, on anything. You can always guarantee that's the same law, and it works very well. So the benefits for everyone here is it's not completely anarchistic, but it's yeah. Go. We're gonna solve everything. That everyone's gonna work together. Very nice. Yeah. Go. Up. Everyone's gonna work together. Very nice by having all the smart contracts do all the logic for us, and we don't have to do anything. And in this case, my main goal was to, if you're not under arrangement or under a case or investigation, some entities don't need to look at your data. Go up.
Guys,
up.
Guys, sorry, I'm gonna have to stop you. As I mentioned, we are extremely strict with time. Because
this is the big part.
So the 3 minutes for questions from the jury start now. Do you have any questions?
Here we go. So these are the cases, these are the citizens, this is the police, and this is the authority.
Okay. Bro, I'm really sorry, but this is it.
I give him like 45 seconds.
Here's everything documented, people. So every step in every project working together in one singular logic core. No need for third parties, no need for anything. You keep your data. If nobody can accuse you of anything, they can't take your data. It's your data, and you should protect it. And for the conclusion, finally, conclusion, there's the big conclusion.
Please talk into the microphone so that the stream people can hear you.
I don't need to talk.
I have a little question. Do you hear me? Is mic on? Yeah. My question is how? How is my data my data?
You have data on your personal contract, and you can acquire it through different means. Also, someone can write data to your contract. However, when an authority figure wants to read the data, you receive a request, and that request goes to the police station and goes to the case, which the officer says is aligning you with, right? And you make those checks. Does that case exist? Is that officer on that case? Does this officer work in my city? And if everything, all the conditions are met through the blockchain, he can read my data. That's the only way.
Where my data is stored?
On the blockchain.
On the blockchain.
On the blockchain, yes.
Everything.
Everything is privately stored on the blockchain.
And how it is encrypted?
It's encrypted through the Ethereum network, I guess.
Did you implement that part?
No, I didn't. It was a 48-hour hackathon with one-man army. So it was ambitious for a project in 48 hours, but I think I managed the 60-something.
How do you mean it will scale? Like if everything of my data and for a billion of
well,
people?
for scaling, I took this. I wanted everyone to have their own contract. Because if I had one contract and I had to manage all the people, I would have to spend a lot of gas and a lot of resources in order to satisfy all the requirements and conditions. And in this way, I push out, this is the true decentralized model, but there is no central authority giving you the how data gets stored. This is truly decentralized, where you really have control over your contracts.
Thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause. Okay, and if someone can turn up the volume on the other microphone, that would be awesome. And for the next teams, whenever the questions from the jury start, please, the next team should line up and hook up so that we lose the minimum amount of time. Here you go, man.
Thank you. Hello everyone, my name is Miloš and we are team basically remove everything. Miloš and Nemanja, my teammate. So basically we choose to solve a problem that is, sorry, I just got bugged. Consumer health protection and food pricing management in the markets regarding the fruits and plants. So our idea is basically to store one life cycle of one plant in a single contract. This is basically the structure of our contract. We have a plant name, we save plant family, we have some states like when the product is seed, when it's small plant, when it's growing plant, and when it becomes the product, or which can be fruit or whatever. And we are saving the history. So the biggest problem we have right now, and the problem we choose to solve, is basically removing the third-party companies that can have manipulation of information like date of, I don't know, just a moment, sorry. Inspire that, yeah, and yeah, when you save all those information in one contract that can be changed, and you have all these states, you even have the things like changing the prices over the time or in some of those states. Our plan was basically we had a big picture about this one, like maybe one day you can go into the market and you can pull out your phone, scan QR code, and you can see the whole history of that plant. You can see how much they are old and who basically bring them into the market. Yeah, that's it. Name. No questions.
Ima pitanja?
So we are talking about billions of plants. How you're going to solve the capacity problem of any chain and why is this even important? Why do you want to why do you want to track the history of pretty much each plant? And how, I mean, this is the Portlandia type of the problem. Do you want to see the chicken's name, history? Does it matter? That's a question.
Basically, the focus here was for the plants, not the chicken stuff or whatever else. But you asked why I want to save.
What's the goal? Why it's important? Why only plants? Why not? Why it's important for a single plant? Why don't we track? How does it matter? How are we going to bring this data to the customers?
Because a few months ago I had one situation where I bought apples from the store, and one apple managed to stand on my table for 3 months and basically was looking the same, and I didn't like that. So basically I would like to know how much it sold some product or things like that, so I think it's important.
We live in a very complex world where the logistics of delivering goods and services are complex. So that apple probably traveled through multiple shipping companies and storage depots. How do you think to incentivize everyone in this chain to actually keep the data up to date?
As I said, the plan was a really big picture of it. So maybe if one day you have complete logistic of delivering those products or whatever on some other blockchain, you can basically use some other contracts and to chain to this contract for one plant. So I think that is possible.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you, man. Come on, guys.
Hi everyone, nice seeing you in such a big number. I'm Vidor and my team is called Big Black Blocks. My other team members are Stefan Pantelic, Kosta Milenković, and Stefan Ilijevski. Okay, so let's start with a little story. I have a friend called Stefan. He likes to do photography and take artsy shots. He obviously wants to earn money from his hobbies, so he uploads his images to Shutterstock and hopes to earn some money, but doesn't earn that much because Shutterstock's fees are really high. Let's see some numbers. So based on these numbers, you can see that some really big companies like Shutterstock, YouTube, Udemy, iTunes have a really big customer base, and by that we see that the online publishing market is huge. But we can also see by the commissions that the split of the earnings is not fair. So usually content hosting and media services take big fees and little to none is left to the content creator. So basically, this is something we can avoid. Those are like basically hidden costs. So let's just think of a store where we enter, and every product we see is 80% cheaper than it usually is. Pretty nice, right? Maybe we can't do that for the current market, but we can almost certainly do that for digital content. So basically, our idea was to create a decentralized network for content creators where everybody can register, everybody can upload any kind of file and earn money from it. The file uploaded can be anything. So basically a text file, it even can be empty, I don't know, or something like a live stream. And we create smart contracts for all those items and allow monetization. So basically, we have different extensible monetization models. The two are a pay-per download. For example, there's Stefan image of, I don't know, Hram of Saint Sava, and he wants to sell it. And when you buy it, you pay an amount of coins, and you get that image. So, and the other model is crowdsourcing. So he basically can set a total amount of money that he wants to earn. And when the total is set, all contributors will get that digital item. So, okay, thank you. So basically, when uploading items to our network, it can be done publicly, and given the opportunity for everyone to list and to search and to query digital assets or whatever, or privately. So basically, an address of an asset can be shared, and private purchases can be done that way. So what's the profit of this? Obviously, we remove the middleman. Transactions are much cheaper this way. We don't have to pay any kind of payment processor or whatever. The revenue distribution is automated through smart contracts, so it's 100% fair. You get what you paid for, and that's it, that's final. The tech behind this is the Ethereum blockchain, and obviously smart contracts. We use IPFS for file distribution. Currently, we host our own IPFS nodes, but because we want to make the process, the client very light. So basically, we can introduce some kind of incentive for people who would host those stuff.